I got a call from Jordan out of nowhere. We had never really met, I remember. I did speak at his school, Sarah Lawrence. He was a student there, but I mean, I didn't know who he was then. So I congratulate him on the huge success of Get Out and tell him how very important the film it was. And he said, something when you look at. I said, okay. So when he explained to me, my next words were, is this true? Because it's such, even when people ask me, I mean, since we starting to make it, people ask when they, describe it, and they say the same thing I said. Is this true? And half the people say, didn't David Chappelle have a skit like that? And so I can see why Jordan and his team, other producers, why they thought that this was something that would work.
There's a lot of information in the book. He goes to great lengths to telling them of the process of even how he became a police officer, a detective, and what he was trying to do and pursue, pursuing this case. And so having that information and then talking to him personally, I got more of a spirit of the man and wanting to know what he really valued and some of his background, like his personal life, his family, stuff like that, which was very helpful for me, because I didn't want to emulate, I didn't want to imitate, I wanted to just inhabit the spirit of this man and make some choices from there as an actor.
Yeah, my character's name is Patrice Dumas, and she wasn't a real person. However, I drew a lot from the women of the Black Power movement, like Angela Davis, Kathleen Cleaver, who Spike introduced me to, and reading a lot of documentaries and reading Angela Davis's book and stuff, and kind of drawing from these really powerful women who were like such a huge part of this movement, but I don't think we've heard their stories enough yet. So to be able to tell it and to portray them, to portray the female side of Black Panthers, Black Power is really exciting and awesome.
Any director that's worth his salt, you gotta get the best people you can for the roles. Yeah. I mean, that's how you do it. That's how a GM, general manager, puts together a team. We're big sports guys here.
Not every GM.
I said, well,
right, yeah.
I said the good ones, right?
Ones,
I said the good director.
Right.
I didn't say every director.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're right. Facts.
So you want, it's not scientific. You want to get the best people for the role. They might not be the best actors, but they might be the best person for that particular role. And sometimes, it doesn't work out. But that's the intention going in to win. You gotta get the best people for the role. The Washington Leagues families have been tight for years. How old are you? I mean, his day, if you go to IMDb, I haven't looked at it, but hopefully I'm going to read that Malcolm X is #1. How old are you?
I was 6, man.
6 years old, his debut. As we say in Brooklyn, his debut.
Oh, my God.
I mean, he's one of those kids that end the Malcolm X and says, my name is Malcolm X.
Yeah. 6 takes. Yeah.
It was 6 takes?
Yeah, he kept saying, listen to Uncle Spike. I was a little excited, so we nailed it, though. I feel like we got it.
We nailed it. So I've grown. I mean, I've grown. I've seen this, man. I've seen, besides his great parents, Denzel and Pauletta, I'm so proud of him. And we went to the same college, Morehouse College.
Wow. That's right.
The house.
There it is, baby.
The house.
06.
Football star. And he did not audition. He didn't have to. I knew he could do it. Yeah. And I saw you. I never even heard of her to Spider-Man. Because I don't really go to those fashion magazines. But I said, damn, they got Spider-Man with the sister? I mean, that was hip about it. That Michael Keaton was your father? I mean, that because I didn't know anything going in about the Spider-Man, but Homecoming, I dug it. And I kept, with my family, and I told my attorney, who is this? She told me, I said, yeah, we got to, yeah, so she's on the radar now. And she came and crushed it. So, and also I'd like to add, if I may, it was very important to include the role of Patrice in this film, because if you look at the movement, we knew about Angela Davis and Kathleen Cleaver, but they weren't the only sisters, who were right by H. Rap Brown, Eldridge Cleaver, Bobby Seale. They were very, very part of the movement. And so we were crucified. Black Twitter would have torn our ass. Let me tell you something. You ain't been torn up till Black Twitter tears your ass up. And right now they're killing Kanye.
Oh, no.
But so it was very important that we had this character, Patrice Dubois, which she did her thing. Everybody did. I mean, so I'm very, and I would like to say this, that this is very much an ensemble piece. And some films, you're gonna have, like my man's father over here, he carries films on his back. This is not, though there's certain films like that, where, like LeBron, you just put the whole team on your back and you just win. But there are also films where it's an ensemble piece. Do the Right Thing was an ensemble piece, and so I really love those films too, where you put a team together, and then what's amazing when everybody clicks, like the 2007 Yankees, where it's just like everybody's there to win. There's no ego, no. I mean, it's just like everybody's there. They know what they're there for. They come there on time, do their job, go home. That's what we do. We don't have no 18, 19 hour days in my, we don't do that. 12 days or less. We rehearse beforehand. And what's a killer is when, in the middle of production, then, you have to start discussing, philosophies and all that other stuff. That has to be worked out in rehearsal. Well, we started shooting, man. That stuff got to be worked out, beforehand.
Yeah. Well, listen, I need to ask as well about Topher Grace, because, I don't know, I know that he'd not worked with you before.
Here's the story, sir. We share the same agent,
Okay.
Tony Howard. And I got to give Tony credit, because it never crossed my mind. And she said, Spike, please look at Topher. I said, okay. Because she's been in the game for years. And so she tells, she never does that. Rarely does Tony say, Spike, I have this client. She doesn't do that. So when she does it, I listen.
Right.
And very fine actor. And if you look at his career, his bio work, you might not think that he's David Duke, but what he did, woo! Jesus Lord.
Well, Spike called me. I was on vacation, I get this
You're
phone
always
call.
on vacation.
That's
Working vacation.
every time I've gone on 2 in a year. Spike finds me every time.
On vacation.
And
Exotic island.
but I had this number I'd never seen before, and I pick up. It's Laura, this Spike Lee. I was like, hello? Never met him before. And he, what'd you say? Where are you? I told him. And he goes, no, I'm going to need to see you in New York tomorrow. So I got off an island and got there and did the audition. But it was very surreal. I mean,
Wait, yours, right?
yeah. Then I went to your class.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Yeah, you sat in class, too.
Yeah, I came to class, and then for my audition, I read with you, which was not intimidating at all.
Right.
We had a very long audition. But it's still really surreal, you know? This is someone whose films I've looked up to and watched my whole life, and honestly never really thought that was a possibility to be part of. It's such an honor and so incredible, and I learned so much on this set, and just working with Spike and being in this whole experience. It's like the best experience of my career, honestly. Yeah, it's amazing.
Your career is young. You're going to have many more.
Hopefully more with you. So, yeah.
I feel the same way. I mean, it was a hell of an opportunity, and working with a hero, with one of my heroes, a man I admire and look up to, gave many men and women of color a platform to share their differences and the nuances within the characteristics of our cultures in great detail. So, of course, I was besides myself. I was so excited when I got the text first. Where you at? Call
Always.
me. Call me.
Get here now.
You know me. I'm over. Right. It's very simple, but I'm over analyzing it. Wait, call me. Text me. He
What
texts
does
me
that
to
mean?
call him. So does that mean should I text him back saying I should call him, or should I just call him? Exactly. But it's Spike Lee, and I don't hear from this man like that. So I'm like, okay, what's the way to go here? I was like, do I call the agents? None of that. So I called him. I didn't text to say, okay.
I don't be calling actors to agents,
Yeah.
He calls you a lot.
Yeah, it's quite the adventure.
A lot of times.
Yeah.
Lots of times.
Right, yeah. It is a trip not being able to tell them information. I'm like you caught in between. Like I got to tell somebody, man. But to make a long story short, he said there's a book. I got a book. Where are you? I was like, I'm in Cincinnati on location. All right, give me the hotel number. Get it, where you staying? All right, bet. Click. I get the book. I read it.
FedEx, right?
Yeah, yeah. That was the next day. I was blown away. I'm like, I couldn't believe this is real. He's like, and he's like, so what you think? I love it. This is crazy. All right, bet. Click.
Always bet.
Not like you want to do it or any of that. Like, what do you think of the character? Some directors like to get how do you feel? Nah. How do you feel? You want to discuss nothing? Nah. All right, bet. So, and that's how I got on board.